Hey everyone, I think it's time for a garden tour.
A secret garden tour, absolutely, because
Yep.
there's just so much right now that it's starting to just come up, and I don't know, it just looks so pretty right here in the tulips. The tulips are looking so beautiful, and there's just so many plants that are starting to just come back to life, to wake up.
Yep.
And this is actually the time, right after golden hour.
Oh yeah, it's definitely right after golden
Yeah.
hour where the sun's starting to go down. It's just looking pretty good back here. As you can see how much sun we actually get here.
And it's usually when we start to hear the birds come back and start singing, and we have our coffee or our tea at the end of the day back here. So let's get going and show you. And then later on, we'll talk a little bit about this magical little spot that we love to call our secret garden and why.
Yep.
So first thing I want to show you is a bag bed, because that's really what we are super excited right now about, because we're starting to see so much coming up. And right here we have the pink diamonds bleeding hard, fern leaf bleeding hard. Look at that, it's starting to bloom. How gorgeous is that? And this is why it's called a fern leaf bleeding hard. It has that bluish green color on the leaves and so soft, just like a fern. We have the other one on the other side. It's tinier.
Yep, it's growing though.
And then right here we have
this is
your pride and joy.
Yeah, we just put this video out and hopefully you guys enjoyed it, but this is what it's looking like right now. It just absolutely looks beautiful. Most of the buds have already opened. You got a couple back there that are still waiting to open.
And its name is?
Dandy Man Color Wheel Rhododendron. And my God, I'm just in love with this one. This is just a beauty.
We got the bees and butterflies love it. So this is the first time that we actually have growing a rhododendron. So I cannot believe how much the bees love these flowers.
Oh yeah.
The pollinators just go crazy for it. And then we have the tulips that I just love so much. And I know I showed them to you the other day because I thought, I don't know, they wouldn't last or whatever the reason, but they're doing amazing. The orange ones, some of them are already going to start to, they're fizzling out already, Yep. And I did want to tell y'all that we did plant them a little late. We received them a little later. So that's why we planted them a little late. And I'm just curious if maybe, because somebody had mentioned how the orange tulips looked a little bit on the short side. And I think we're going to redo these and plant them actually in fall and see if that would change anything. But I love it. And I love these right here. Looks like they're painted on.
Yeah, we're actually going to, we didn't really jam pack it because it was kind of late when we received this order of tulips. So we just put some here and there, but I think definitely going to not jam pack it, but put enough here next year.
Yeah.
And hopefully get these ordered very, very early so we have them
but those
just in time for fall.
Variegated leaves, oh my goodness,
oh yeah, the variegation of the
gorgeous.
leaves look great.
So I think you should talk to them about those hostas, because I know you're a huge hosta lover. I love them too.
So here is the wee hosta, and they're starting to grow. Hopefully that, I hate to say that, but hopefully those tulips kind of make their way pretty quickly because it's starting to keep that one from growing a little bit more. But I have another one here. I absolutely love the curliness to that hosta there. Just looks beautiful with the variegation on it. There's another one there, and then we have a third one hiding back there somewhere.
They actually look really pretty with the tulips. What I love to see right now that's making its way back up is the mahogany monster red hooker.
Yep.
From Proving Winners. And most of these plants that you're going to be seeing, not the tulips, but most of everything that you see here is Proving Winners. Yep. And that's my favorite hooker, guys. That's my favorite one right there.
There's
and then this is, I forget the name.
Dolce Apple.
Appletini.
Appletini, there you go.
Appletini.
That one just looks great.
It's starting to come up. And the ones that we plant on the ground or in beds, they usually don't last as long as the as the ones in the pots. Well, we'll show you what those look like.
Yep.
What else do you want to show them?
Well,
The pond?
Yeah, real quick before we get going, I want to talk a little bit about the pond. Still haven't cleaned it out yet, and there's a reason for that. Because I noticed that there's actually frogs living in there already. And one of the biggest reasons why our hostas really thrive here is because of those frogs.
And the hookeras.
They pretty much deal with the slugs almost immediately. You'll see some slime on some of the hookeras like that one. Not sure if you can see it anymore, but they usually pretty much deal with the slugs right away. So it's going to be kind of hard to clean that out without disturbing those frogs. Probably just going to clean out the best I can and maybe filter it out. But definitely one of the reasons why we don't have a lot of slugs and mosquitoes back here in this area of the garden.
Yeah, everything just nature, inviting nature into your garden really helps a lot. And that is something we will definitely be talking more about soon. But so happy to see that there's 2 guests here in the pond.
You got some more tulips back there behind you.
Yes, I do have more tulips. And then I do want to talk about some before I forget. The Crescent Surf.
Oh, Crescent
Fern.
Surf Fern. Here they are right here.
Not that I don't love my tulips, guys, but I don't want to forget about that.
So those ferns look amazing. The color on them is just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. One thing about these ferns is they have a fringe to the tips of them. I don't know if you can see that. Let it focus. So that fringe actually helps ward off the rabbits from eating this fern. And they get pretty big right now. They're still growing out, but that fringe, you'll be able to definitely notice it once they grow out completely.
And I'm very surprised how full and how big they got. We moved these. We had them on the other side by the wall, by the fence. And I'm very surprised that they came back because we kind of planted them, moved them a little bit late, I think.
Yep.
I think I did that. So I'm happy those are back. And then Ambrose is really, really happy to see his Brunera.
Oh, yeah.
His Jack of Diamonds. No, is it?
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
So
there you go.
Jack Frost Brunera. Try to focus in on the flower there. I just love the flowers. We weren't able to see them last year because they were newly planted and came in quart-sized containers. But here they are filling out with flowers, and I absolutely love that dainty blue. Just looks great.
And of course, we have some of the lemon coral sedum that we planted there that was planted in winter, actually, because I just had a couple of containers left over and I didn't want them just to stay sitting there. So I took the chance and actually the whole bed right here has it.
We actually had it going all along
and
here.
It's starting to come out. You can see it a little bit.
Places here and there.
But that surprised me. Those newly replanted ones from in winter time.
Yep.
Yeah. So sometimes it's, to do things like that and experiment and see what happens is really cool too. And that was a little experiment. I just wanted to see if they would do fine planted in winter here, and they did. And before we forget the hydrangeas, the limetas.
Oh yeah.
You want to tell them what happened?
So we have those Limeta Hydrangeas. We have 1, 2, and then a third one back there. Now what's weird is I guess when I pruned these guys, I must have not picked up all the pruning, because if you can see here.
Over here too.
One right there out of place. There's another one back there by the tulips. Try to focus in there real quick. There's one back there that is just popping up everywhere.
That's the thing about hydrangeas. If a branch even touches the soil and it stays there for a while, they'll propagate if given the right conditions, So probably this guy we should talk about. We also planted him last year.
Yep.
And this is an elderberry.
Yep.
Which one is this one?
That one is called, I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name.
That is black lace
Black
elderberry.
lace elderberry, and it's actually starting to put on, I don't know if it's still going to do flowering.
It's got some.
I know they do flower first and then they leaf out. So first time growing it, we're not sure.
And then there's that one back there. That's
Lemony lace, and we will be repotting some more of these and showing you guys and sharing about them and talking. And then we have hydrangeas that we recently repotted too. So we're really hoping for those beautiful blooms, and we'll be coming back and I'm talking about them and still working on this area, guys, getting rid of some other things that we know it's time to get rid of. Y'all be seeing all that. We'll be taking you along through all that. And then the hellebores, they're still going. Look at those hellebores. They're still doing beautiful. And I think, it worked really well to cut back those leaves because they just sprouted out a lot more flowers after that and filled out nicely, especially that one. This right here is Claire Austin Rose, David Austin, really small. be talking about her later on when we do more about the roses. That way we don't take too long. And then, you know, our little potted things here for spring that everything is starting to look tired already. Some of the different varieties that we potted up of daffodils and other tulips. Some are still popping up. I love to do groupings with containers. I just love that because it just fills out, especially this little garden of ours that, you know, we moved into and is so bare, and we're just creating something, you know, so we can see something throughout the seasons. And then this right here.
Yep, the Espalier apple tree. Absolutely doing wonderful. Most of the blooms are pretty much gone, and it's pretty well pollinated. I already went around and checked it. It's got quite a bit of, you can see the fruit's actually starting to form. So I'm pretty happy with how much pollination it actually got, and I think it's gonna be good. There's a couple little flowers here and there, but I think it got pretty pollinated, pretty good with all these early carpenter bees that were flying around here.
Then I wanted to show y'all something because I was so sad the other day. Ambrose came home and he brought the most gorgeous geraniums. And then it got cold on me. And we've been having cold nights still, and they crisp, you know, because of the cold weather. And that's why I still haven't cleaned up the garden, meaning like the tattered leaves on heucheras and on other perennials, other plants that we have, because I don't feel safe yet on going there. So I'm gonna wait a little bit more because, you know, we're still having those cold, chilly nights, and I mean, that's all. You know, you can see that we had a bunch of I did plant a lot of hyacinths around the garden too, around the home, so we can smell that beautiful scent, and they're already starting to wind down. And then what else you want to show them? You want to go ahead and talk about which one, my Viburnum?
Yep, the Viburnum. All right, so here's the infamous Viburnum that I got in trouble about because I didn't move this guy out into the sun. That was kind of lack of me wanting to move it out, and completely didn't get it out to enough sun. So it's only got a couple of blooms there. Unfortunately, we're gonna move it out into some more sun this year, that way, or at the end of this year and then beginning of next year. So it'll get plenty of blooms going on. Last year, this guy just
It can bloom in fall too. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that it can, it will do that here. But that's what I'm hoping for,
yep.
that it'll put some blooms for fall as well.
Then we have, what do you got over here?
Oh my goodness, Pearly Gates.
Pearly Gates rose, that one's climbing up.
Yes.
Hopefully she reaches the top of that right there. And pretty soon we'll start seeing some blooms and definitely do a tour on the roses.
She is planted in the ground too. So that's why I'm so happy.
Yep.
Because I'm hoping that actually, the first year that we put her in there, she gave the most gorgeous big blooms. So I'm hoping so badly that she does great too this year. It looks like she is. And then our little messy area where we have all the stuff here. And
yep.
we have a clematis right there. Can't remember the
Hiding
name.
back there.
Do you remember the name?
That one's Jolly Good.
It's from Proving Winners too.
And it's on that little trellis there. Hopefully that one.
Yeah, our daughter.
Starting to make its way up, yeah.
Our daughter planted that one. That's Alexis. So this is more of like Alexis' little spot.
Yep. So
I know she's looking forward to. Oh, and look what I just noticed.
What's that?
Lady Gardner has a...
Oh, so Lady Gardner, yeah. This is another rose we have right here right in front of us. Lady Gardner, you can see that little bud there. Starting to grow.
She'll be moving soon from here, but I don't know now. She looks so happy there.
Yep. And then the trowel. The trowel, we're going to get some stuff going in there. We'll talk about that one later.
I'm excited for the trowel.
Real quick, I do want to talk about the potting bench that Angie brought out here. I know I said I was going to put some dimensions to it, and I'll try to get those out pretty soon. This one was just built pretty quick with some pallets that Angie found. And maybe if I find some more pallet wood, I'll put another one together and maybe do some more, more directions on how to get that together. But it's definitely being put to use, as you can see there. Pretty excited to be using this out in the garden here.
And as we're making our way to the side of the fence, we have limelight trees and other plants that we're still working on to moving around. So, things are not really done yet. This right here, I have hydrangeas here, like a Zinfandel that we've had for a couple of years already in this container that needs to be moved out. So you probably see the video on me getting this one out. The Camellias. My goodness, you want color for winter. It actually been blooming since fall,
yep.
all the way through winter, snow, through everything. it's been there, giving a lot of color. This one right here is, I forget, Early Wonder.
Yep.
It's Early Wonder, and it has just been doing amazing. It's already slowing down. It gave everything that it could.
Yep.
It's already, slowing down, and actually, that one's not even potted up in there. It's still in its nursery container. I will be potting that up once it's done blooming, so pretty soon. And then here, the fun little area.
Yep.
I call it a living wall.
It's pretty much our living wall. Got the arbs there.
Arbs, my goodness, helped a lot, not just giving that greenery through all the winter, that winter interest, but it gave a lot for the birds here, which
Yep.
I'm scared to touch because sometimes birds are still hiding in there. They come in and sleep at night in here.
Yeah, I'll come out for my coffee in the morning sometimes, and they'll scare me. They'll be hiding in there. I know they were hiding there all winter to keep warm as much as they can. There's another lemony lace elderberry there that, if anybody's looking for alternatives to a Japanese maple that just wants that showy look really, really quick, this is definitely one to get. It grows fast.
Yeah.
And it has a beautiful color to it.
Yeah, and it can be really trimmed to whatever size you want throughout the year because they do get big. But it's perfect for small gardens like ours. We can just shape it up. And we're still working on this area. We're expecting more Pearly Winter's plants that we're going to fill out. And the little area is just meant to go through all the stages of the season. As you can see, I have heucheras and I have ivy, the vinca. All that is, for all year winter interest. And then along the way, whatever, season is changing, here come, the hydrangeas that we just planted up. Heucheras start to, of course, they're always, looking great in our Zone 7B here, but they start just to get a lot more bigger and the colors change a lot more. One thing that we have right here are oak leaf hydrangeas as well. This one is Gatsby Pink.
Yep.
And that one right there is Gatsby Moon. So I'm looking really forward to showing you these guys because we didn't really get to show you last year any of this.
Yeah.
And they actually already have starting to bud up.
Yeah, so you can definitely see that in there. Getting ready to go. Excited for this one because this one has some big, huge, beautiful blooms.
Yeah,
I mean, double florets. Looks like a huge cotton ball. It's just
I call it a bunny rabbit.
A bunny rabbit.
It looks like the head of a bunny rabbit.
And then real quick, we have the green ceiling Japanese maple that just brings this whole corner area together. Loving the way this guy looks. Probably gonna have to up pot it next year, but it's just looking gorgeous. Look at that.
It's gorgeous with the red of the home.
Yep.
And then we have our Laura Camellia here. Lost all her, she's down to one. And, this year I think she threw a tantrum on me because I did move her from the other area I had her. She only gave me 3 blooms, but the most beautiful, beautiful blooms ever. So I'm not going to be mad at her. She still did what she needed. And, we'll come around and talk more about this and actually do probably a video just on this area alone before we start to fill it out with the new plants. So that way we can, really get into that one. And then I don't know if you want to show them the Gertrude Jekyll up there.
Oh, yes. Let's turn around here real quick. So there is Gertrude Jekyll planted in a container back there. And as you can see, it is doing amazing. All the growth is at the top. That's where a lot of the sunlight hits. But it's filling out quite nicely on top. And down here we have another rose mill on the floss to kind of cover that area there. That's a little bare, but I see some more growth popping up here on the bottom, so I think we're going to have some blooms down there as well. But just absolutely excited about Gertrude Jekyll. I know a lot of you have seen it in our past videos and does absolutely amazing.
It grew a lot, and I'm thinking very soon we're going to be training it towards that way.
Yep.
We didn't even expect it to be doing that on top of the door.
Yeah, so we may start going that way over the window.
Yeah.
We have yet to see how much growth is still going to put on.
And
we're still here.
Random pots there, and the kids' toys.
Yep.
They love to come out here and play.
Basket planter turned into a toy chest.
More hydrangeas,
Yep.
looking forward to see that, crossing my fingers that they do well and they bloom for us. We have, of course, what I love, the window box. I love the window box, and we decided to go ahead and leave the boxwoods. They just bring so much beauty while we're looking from the inside out. And my goodness, the violas, I mean, they just give such a lovely scent.
Yep.
They actually, we ended up getting, I don't know if it's still here, red ones. The yellow ones started turning into the red ones.
Yeah.
With a red edge. It just looks so, so pretty. I'm trying to find one. Can't find them right now, but they were looking so, so pretty. And then I'll move out of the way. So, well, here, let's show them this first.
We have a wolf's eye dogwood right here that's absolutely looking gorgeous.
Variegated.
The variegation on it. Let me get that to focus real quick. So you can see that variegation there. And then there's some berries. See where I can get to those. That they'll start to form.
Beautiful flowers.
Yep.
Beautiful flowers.
Couple of figs there that are needing to go in containers. And then the spring pots right there up against the fence that are still looking gorgeous with the hellebores and the heuchera and the vinca there.
Before we get going, I want to talk about, I'm going to get right here so Amber's can take video of this. And the end of the path, the video where we planted up this area along the path, we showed towards the end that there's moss in here, and there was many questions like, where did that come from? And can you please show us how to do that? And guys, I just planted in the moss. I'm sorry we didn't show them. That just happened that same night, that same day after we did the video. We literally put it in there. Because this is me, addicted to moss. I have it here, and for that person that asked for a video on it, I'm ready to go. So I'll have that video ready to go for you on planting more moss along here. But I'm gonna have Ambrose go ahead and show you the steel bee and the grasses, how they're actually starting to flower. They took really well.
So the grasses we use here to kind of border the walkway here are actually filling in quite nicely. There isn't a steel bee there that we use, and it's taking well to this soggy soil. As you can see there, a little bit of flowering starting to happen, so very excited for that. The hostas are doing great with that method that we used to plant them. Maybe they would have done well in the ground, but I think they're doing great with these baskets and the way they're getting watered. And then we have some heucheras that
we're gonna add.
Yet to go in the ground, but we're gonna definitely add those. And there's the other side of the bed. We got a steel bee ready to go in the ground.
We loved it so much that we thought it needed more.
And just
more
look at
steel
these
bee.
hostas. Look how big they've grown in just a matter of like 2 weeks. They were little stubs when we got them, and they're just filling out quite nicely.
So I think this is it. This is where we're gonna end it. I hope it's not too long. Along the way, we will be showing more. I'll have Ambrose right now say goodbye, and I'll talk a little bit more about what the secret garden means to us.
All right, guys, so that's going to do it for my portion of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a great tour. This is normally what we do at the end of the day is we come out, enjoy our coffee, just take one last look at what's going on in the garden as far as what's growing, what's new, what's popping up. And it's always a great time, and we love that we named this place the Secret Garden. I'm going to turn it over to Angie so she can actually talk about what it means to her as well.
So I hope there's still enough light to capture this, the end of, but we had to do a little stop on the video because look, a wonderful, wonderful boy, neighbor came over and he gifted us some of his mammoth flowers. Oh my God, my heart just, it just warms up for me and Ambrose, you know, a beautiful gift. I actually was showing him the book that I just love so much, guys. It's been so special. It's one of my favorite books, The Secret Garden book. And I've read it over the years, and I've, you know, it's something that is so special to me. And to come to this home and actually have a little place that I can call a secret garden. Growing up, I had that little place, and this has to do with the question, you know, that I've been asked. What is a secret garden? You know, what is it? Why is it called that? And for the people that don't know, a secret garden is a place where it feels, it's your special little place, closed in from everything, from all the world. It can be any size. It can be anything. It's just that special little place of yours that it's just magical. And to us, since the first day that we arrived here, that's what it did. It was like magic. We just knew we had to put a little bit of ourselves in here to create that. This young man that brought us these beautiful gifts, he's one of many that come visit us, and when they walk in here, they tell us that it's a magical place, and it really warms up my heart because I think we're going on the right path. It doesn't just make us happy, but it makes other people happy. And you wouldn't expect that's what there is when you come, when you open the door and come in through here. So thank you so much for joining us in our special little place. And what I'm about to read to y'all is the way we feel about this little area that we like to call our little oasis. Thank you again. The secret garden was what Mary called it when she was thinking of it. She liked the name, and she liked still more the feeling that when its beautiful old walls shut her in, no one knew where she was. It seemed almost like being shut out of the world in some fairy place.